Once Upon a Tile is a unique dungeon crawler, nay, dungeon builder. Now, it isn't a dungeon in the sense of massive ruined basement. Rather, it's a dangerous forest, and there's a little bit of underground. What truly makes it unique is you are building a dungeon, but you also want the character to get out. Whereas usually dungeon crawling is about controlling a character and escaping a dungeon, and dungeon building is often more of a tower defense game. You are tasked with strategically placing tiles to let Yara explore. You can lead her to weapons and treasure, or traps and monsters. She will always follow the straightest path, so you need to be very careful where you attach your tiles and in what configuration. There are multiple parts of the forest to make it through, and you have some choice on how those levels will run, whether they're more survival based, more exploration based, more treasure finding based. But they all lead to the final escape. The more nitty-gritty of the mechanics of this, the game's mouse-based. You will use cards which have tiles on them. You can rotate these tiles and you will attach them to paths that already exist. Yara will follow the straightest path, and everything that she walks over will have some sort of effect, whether this is picking up a weapon, picking up treasure, fighting monsters, completing magical challenges. Hi, editing chick here. I somehow forgot to mention that these resources actually do something for you. Weapons will help you defeat monsters, knowledge will help you defeat those magical challenges, and back to me. And the resources you have reset every level, so the weapons you had in the previous level you no longer have, and you'll have to pick them up again. Your main goal, of course, is to escape the forest. However, you will have side quests in most, if not all, of the other levels. This will be things like defeating a certain number of monsters, picking up a certain amount of treasure, finding a certain amount of weapons. Completing these, as well as placing tiles and just in general picking up resources, whether they're a part of your side quest or not, will allow you to gain experience for character level ups. This will lead to meta progression in the final release, and the final release will also have more characters to play around with. In both audio and visual, Once Upon a Tile creates a mystical atmosphere. Whether in a forest or deep underground, there are nods to the mystical with enchanting lamps and glowing crystals to lead the way. And the symbols used are just as mystical with their ornate design. The soundtrack and sound effects offer a blend of eerie and mysterious with a lofty, epic tone. In addition, the game is fully voice acted, and I can't get over how cute Yara looks and sounds.
I'm not lost. I just don't know where to go right now. Wait, is there a path?
There's a clear narrative as you make your way through building this dungeon, and the full release promises even more, with each character having a unique experience, while all working toward the same goal of lifting the forest's curse. I can only really speak to the narrator and Yara, but I really enjoy how distinct their personalities are, and I have high hopes for the incoming editions. This game has great replayability opportunities, not only because it's a roguelite with meta progression, but also because there are going to be multiple characters to play. You'll have the opportunity to experience new narratives, while trying new strategies and exploring different perks. Not to mention, you won't always complete a run. The Once Upon a Tile demo really had me wanting to play more. I loved Yara's adorable perseverance, and the fairy tale-like guidance of the narrator. The unique dungeon building aspect mixed with the familiar Slay the Spire style map and fantasy vibes have me hooked. The strategy of how to place each of the tiles scratches that puzzle itch so good. Plus, I get a little narrative on the side, once again fulfilling all of my favorite game aspect boxes. If you like mysterious fantasy vibes, unique path-building strategy, and distinct, strong characters, Once Upon a Tile is a game for you. Okay. So we start off each one with no resources. What's that? It's red, which makes me worried. Oops. I just accidentally found, oh, okay, we don't have to go over it, but we'll be able to like scroll over it. If you lose your character, you can hit space and it'll center your character. I learned that just now by accident. Okay, so if we can get our way through here. But what is this? Magical challenge. This is a magical challenge. You need to have at least 3 knowledge to defeat it. Okay, so I'm gonna assume the eyes are knowledge, which I see a couple of spots where we can get it. I don't... Things are looking scary. Okay. I'm gonna do this. But then I'm gonna put something over here to go back without hitting any of these monsters yet. Let's do this one and get the knowledge. Okay. Now, I can get one more weapon and then I'll be able to handle 2 of the monsters on the board without getting hurt. If I do this. And then I want to work on getting more knowledge. So if I do this. And then I can take care of that monster as well. Oops, sorry. This has a lot of stuff going on it. Also, I just realized the quest is to get 10 each weapon and knowledge, and then 10 treasure as well. I can get weapon and knowledge on this card. This card seems pretty good to go through. We just have to make it fit. Because I do kind of want to go through the monster. If I can. I don't know if there's a configuration that works here. But I can also put this over here instead because we can go through this monster now. Oops. And then work our way like around it through other tiles, perhaps? Okay, we have 4 weapons, so we can't get through that guy. But how does this work out on the page? Kinda weirdly. I could do that. Then I get my knowledge and my treasure, and then I work my way back for that other treasure. If you like mysterious fantasy vibes, unique path-building strategy, and distinct, strong characters, Once Upon a Tile is a game for you.